Good evening, welcome to Vauxhall Road for this National League South fixture between Hemel Hempstead Town and Dartford FC. I am Jack Cunningham, and joining me as always is Jack Devonport. How are you doing, Jack?
Yes, good, thank you. How are you?
Good to have you here as always. The Tudors head into this one looking for their first home win of the season, while Steve King's men arrive here having lost their first league game of the season against Dorking Wanderers on Saturday. Despite the defeat though, Dartford are flying high and are third in the league, having just missed out on promotion last season with defeat to Weymouth in the playoff final. The Darts have won 4 of their opening 6 league games, while the Tudors have only won 2. However, Lee Bertram's men showed great determination after falling behind early on to Bath on Saturday and left Twerton Park with 3 well-earned points, thanks to goals from Matty Bateman and a first Tudors goal for Reggie Young. So who will emerge victorious this evening? This is how the home side line up. So in goal you got Danny Bowness, number 2 is Gus Scott Morris, Nathan Carlisle, Ryan Kinane, Luke Pennell, and then we've got Stephen Duke McKenna, Jake Evans, Kyle Ajay, Reggie Young, and a full debut for BJ Christie and Matty Bateman. And on the bench for the Tudors is Dean Snedker, JJ Lacey, Jake Howells, Chris Paul, and Taufik Olamowe, and that is all. And then for Dartford, they line up this evening with Craig King in goal. Then there's a Hemel Hempstead return for Craig Barron-Barrett, Jordan Winter, Jack Jebb, another Hemel Hempstead return, Connor Essam, Tom Bonner, then there's Noah Sun and Jacob Berkeley Agipon, Jack Barham, Kyon Marsh Brown, and their subs are, Elliot Romain as well, and their subs are Josh Hill, Ronnie Vint, Jazzy Barnum Bob, Luke Allen and Gavin McCallum. So there's the teams. Jack, teams are out here. Hemel are in their red home kit, and Dartford in a quite an interesting grey kit with green luminous numbers. So how do you think this one's going to go?
It's going to be a much different game to Saturday, I think. Much different game. You know, they're flying, but they are wounded. So I think maybe that's reflected. We had JJ in a 10 on Saturday, and now we've got 2 up front. So maybe Lee's trying to hurt them, like you said, off air. I
mean, obviously, so as I said, full Hemel debut for BJ Christie, who, Tudors fans might remember him from the first game of the season, where he scored a goal for AFC Dunstable, didn't he, in that 2-1 FA Cup win. He was quite a handful that afternoon, wasn't he? So, be interested to see how he does in a step up in division. But I think with Bateman and him up front, it's going to be a battle for the Dartford defence this
both
this
big
evening.
guys, aren't they?
Yeah,
both big guys.
Yeah, exactly. And I must say, Matty Bateman's in superb form at the moment, isn't he? With 3 goals in 3, it's 4 for the season. He looks like he's been working hard all season, but it looks like finally maybe starting to get those rewards that his efforts have deserved.
Yeah, he contributes so much off the ball and sort of in build-up play, and he's not really got the goals to go with it so far. So, it's well deserved that he's getting them, and he looks a much happier and a much better player now he's got them.
Yeah, definitely.
Bit of a monkey off on the back sort of scenario.
No, that is totally what it is. Should say we are underway here, and it's Tudors are going to be kicking from left to right. Oh well, we're not underway. We're going to have a kick off again, but the Tudors will be kicking from left to right this afternoon, this evening. Vauxhall Road under the lights again. Here's Jacob Cook again. Right, anyway, now we're back underway. It's Kyle Ajay back to Evans, who clips the ball forward. Matty Bateman wins the flick on, and straight away BJ Christie has wiped out former Hemel man Connor Essam, but we're underway quickly, and it's Noah Hassan travelling over the halfway line. He plays it into Barron-Barrett, who knocks it down the line into Barham, who turns. He's got Kinane at his back, and Kinane pinches it back off him, plays it across to Evans, and this is now Pennell, who's advancing forward with the ball. Pennell slips it forward, and then it's intercepted. So anyway, we're on the other side, so we're back in the press box. For the last few games, we've been on the side where the camera is, so the near side for the first half of the Tudors will be the left side, the right side, and for the Dartford it'll be the left side. So this is straight away played across to Barron-Barrett, who was a Hemel Hempstead player. And it's been quite an intense start here from the Tudors, hasn't it? Quite a high press straight away. There, Gus Scott Morris, who made his full debut on Saturday against Bath. What did you make of Gus Scott Morris on his debut?
Yeah, he was solid. I think he'll be tested a little bit more today than he was at the weekend. But yeah, it looks like a solid player. I know Matty Bateman as well from their previous club, so it'll be interesting to see how they sort of link up together.
Cunningham clears down the line. Baron Barrett wins the header, and that's going to be stuck in the corner. Nathan Carlisle's seen out his man well. He's going to throw in roughly 20 yards or so. Played forward and headed out by Tom Bonner onto the roof, and it bounces behind. And we're going to have a throw in right in front of us here that Scott Morris is going to take, just over the halfway line. And well, there's been quite a frantic start of the game. We're just waiting for the ball to come back on. Should mention Hemel have a dreadful record against Dartford and failed to beat them in their last 8 meetings, and have conceded the most goals this season. And Kingsmen have only conceded 5, so something might have to change for that one. But yeah, last 8 meetings, Hemel have not won against Dartford.
Well, everyone's got to win somewhere.
Yep, goes Scott Morris forward, flicked on by Matty Bateman, and it's going to be offside given. Free kick that Craig King will be preparing to take. Sort of just outside his own box to the left-hand side of it. Once again, we apologise that we can't stream it this evening, but unfortunately, due to staff illness, we don't have just don't have the personnel. So the game will be on Mixlr for now, and then you'll be able to watch it, all the highlights, from 10 p.m. tomorrow. And obviously, Dan, if you're listening, hope you get well soon. So King drives it forward with his right foot, seeking out Barham, who wins the flick on. Ajay, Pennell gets in there, wins the header. Reggie Young beaten in the air. Ball's brought down now by Ajay. Headed back in by Jeb, and then Ajay gets up again and finds Bateman, who turns and tries to play it through towards BJ Christie, but someone was, well, it was all over the back of Bateman, wasn't he, really? And free kick going to be taken just outside the centre circle, sort of to the left of it, as we look at it. And Cunningham straight away pings the ball forward, seeking out Bateman, brings it down, lets him run away. Wanted a free kick given again, but in the end, just going to throw into Dartford. Don't know about that, thought it was a bit of 50-50, not really much in it, really. Both players had hold of one another. Throwing forward, Stephen Duke McKenna wins the header. Duke McKenna again, finds Bateman this time. Bateman got men around him, but Dartford bring it away with Jeb. Jeb gives it away. Ajay trying to work his way through. Jeb picks it up and it's played forward by Bonner, and then brought down by Ajay. He whips the ball over towards Reggie Young, who's in a race with Jordan Winter. And Winter knocks it back to his goalkeeper King, who plays it forward. Brought down by Barham. Got 2 goals this season, has Jack Barham. They've seen him with 2-1 win against Havant and Waterlooville. He slips it into his partner Elliot Main, who gives it away, and this is Reggie Young now, who's got a chance to stretch his legs and drive forward. In the end, it's intercepted. It's going to be a corner by looks of it. Bright start indeed. But yeah, it was good first I've seen Reggie Young, but great to see him get his first goal on Saturday. 5 assists this season. I think the goal was well overdue, wasn't it?
Yeah, and he won the penalty as well, so it was a masterclass from him.
It just seems to be getting better and better with each game, really. So it's going to be an in-swinger taken on that far side. So 4 men, 4 red shirts whipped in the box. Pennell misses it, and it goes all the way out of play on the near side here. Drifts out of play for a goal kick.
There's half a chance there.
Yeah, it was. Pennell got up, didn't he? But it sort of skimmed the top of his head rather than making any clear contact with the ball. "79 listeners, thank you to everyone who's tuning in. Still 0-0 here if you are just tuning in. Very early days in the game though. Cunningham beaten in the air. It's picked up by Noah's son, who's an Afghanistan international. And then he's in a race with Marsh Brown, and I think Nathan Carlisle has done absolutely brilliantly there to hold off his winger, who, well, it's the first time we've seen of him, but he looks like he's got some pace.
Yeah, and it's just Carlisle in that centre-back role again today. You've seen him at right-back for, 2-3 games, and now he's getting his chance at centre-half, so he played well there. It's his preferred position, I think, and I think Scott Morris coming in gives him a chance to move back inside.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we'll see how He does, but yeah, a few Dartford fans listening, so thank you for joining us this evening. Matty Bateman beaten in the air, and then Baron Barrett holds off Duke McKenna and was throwing roughly sort of. Well, it's going to be picked up by Gus Scott Morris. I think it's gone actually against Dartford in the end. It's going to throw into the Tudors in line with the 18-yard box. Gus Scott Morris standing with it, and in the end, it's gone out to play for a goal kick. Can't really see what's going on in that corner because of the way we're positioned, unfortunately.
It's a throw-in.
It was so now it's a throw-in to Dartford, yeah. Taken short and then fired forward into Barham, who gets a flick on it and remains in a race with Carlisle, and Carlisle plays it up the line to Duke McKenna. And Gus Scott Morris, ball forward, Bateman. Essam with a push in the back on Matty Bateman. So Essam last season, was here for Hemel under Sammy Moore, and you have to say, don't know if Tudors fans will agree with me, but he was probably the player of the year, to be honest. He was absolutely excellent. In the end, he left, and he's moved to Dartford, but there he's given a pretty silly free kick there, really. Yeah, and no need for it, is there?
Exactly the same sort of situation as we had on Saturday as well. As always, Duke McKenna and Jake Evans stood over these.
Yeah. It's Duke McKenna, Evans and Reggie Young over this one. It's roughly 30 yards from goal. It's right of centre, so it's, if you're going to have a shot, it's positioned for a left footer, and that's why Reggie Young's over it. But Duke McKenna's there for the cross into the box, and there's 4 or 5 red shirts. It's Duke McKenna. He swings it in to the back post, and then in the end, it's gone out to play for a corner. It was a really good ball in. It's in that corridor of uncertainty, dare I say that horrible cliche, but it was. Yeah, it was, and in the end, a grey shirt bundles out of play into another corner. You have to say, overall, I say Tudors have started the better of the two sides here.
Yes, it's encouraging. You know, every game seems to be getting better and better at the moment.
So Duke McKenna again, this time all the way over the back post, and Ajay has hauled the floor, is he? Well, in the end, it's going to be going down the corner, but there's a grey shirt all over the back of him.
There's a few of them now.
And there's a few complaints from red shirts, but in the end, the referee has given a corner, so a corner on this near side. Reggie Young and Duke McKenna run over to take it. I don't know, it's a dangerous one. He had his arms all over the back. Oh, well, Robert Walport, Brooklyn, New York. Well, welcome.
100 listeners as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely fantastic. Thank you, all of you are tuning in. Well, straight away, there's been a bit of nonsense in the box there. Was that Kinnean throwing himself to the floor? He's quite a bit taller than the man who pushed him over.
Yeah. He did do well to push over Brian Kinnean.
Yeah, the referee's just giving, just trying to sort the nonsense in the box, I guess. But it's competitive, it's intense, it's exactly what you want to see from a game like this. So it's going to be taken now, the corner. Swung into the back post. Bateman goes up, going to drop for him. It's fired wide of the goal. It's not going to be. It was Ajay who fired it wide. I think it was Ajay who hit the shot, and it went just wide of the far post. And they want the corner, Hemel, but in the end, it's a goal kick. And I have to say, Dartford have not started that well here, but they now get the ball moving forward. But the ball's played down the line towards Marsh Brown, who's switched wings already. This is Winter, Jordan Winter. He's lost the ball. Here is BJ Christie into Bateman. Bateman got some men with him. He's got BJ Christie with him. He now slips in BJ Christie, who's on the left-hand side of the box. And
Carl Ajay is injured.
In the end, wins a corner. Is that Ajay injured?
Yeah, Ajay pulled up almost instantly the minute he's kicked that.
Ajay there.
It doesn't look like one is going to walk off. He's going to try while it looks.
He's going to try. He's limping along, and it's a shame because he's been excellent in that midfield role so far. But in the end, he's going to throw in right on that far side, deep in pretty much the corner flag. And he's taken into Reggie Young. Young finds Finill, and Finill wins himself side another throw. It's all Finill can do with that, really. So same position, throw in into the box. Ajay hits the floor in the box. Jeb comes away with it, and Jeb, former Arsenal man, drives it long, finding Marsh Brown, who brings it down absolutely superbly. And he travels inside now. Grey shirts flooding forward. He's trying to lay it off into a superb challenge. Well, Looked like it was a good tackle from Duke McKenna, but the referee has decided it wasn't, and in the end it's a foul on Eddie Pong, and Dartford relieve all of the pressure.
There's been a couple of them now where Hemel players have been going down in the box, came and a shove in the back, and Dartford have got to be careful, because if you keep doing that, one will be given.
You do, yeah, you do run the risk, don't you?
Yeah. It's not a risk you want to take, especially against big men in the box that we've got, you know, Christie and Bateman.
So Jeb is over it. He actually scored a free kick at the weekend, which if no one's seen it, I'd recommend. It's absolutely fantastic. This is a lot further out to be shooting from though. He's about 35 yards right of centre, so not ideal position for a shot, but there's men in the box for Jeb to aim at. Jeb steps up, curls it to the back post. Essam goes up. Essam! And there, Connor Essam, on his return to Hemel Hempstead, gets the goal that is almost inevitable when a player returns to their old team. And it is 1-0 to Dartford. And as I said, Essam was a threat last season for the Tudors, as fans will remember. And there, Jeb whips it in. It's a great cross in. And Essam with a fantastic powered header back across Danny Bowness. And it is 1-0 to Steve King's men.
Yeah. It's a great free kick, isn't it? It's whipped him well. It's maybe a little bit soft on letting him win the header so easily. You know, I'm not sure if his man really jumped with him. It's one of them ones, but even if you're not going to win the ball, you've at least got to jump with him just to try and put him off. But we've not done so, and it's a great header back across.
Yeah. So Essam on his return to Vauxhall Road bangs in a fantastic header, and Dartford have the lead. And you have to say, probably against the run of play overall, but now it's just going to be how do the Tudors respond. We've got a throw in straight away on the far side, just inside Dartford's half, going forward towards BJ Christie, who's beaten in the air. Comes out to Noah's son, but then Hemel regroup, gather the ball with Scott Morris. He finds Duke McKenna, who straight away tackled by Baron Barrett. And it's going to be a throw in by, taken right in front of us here, Scott Morris, standing over it. So if you just join us now, it's Hemel Hempstead 1, Dartford. Sorry, Hemel Hempstead 0, Dartford 1, and it is a goal from Connor Essam. This is Elliot Romain now driving forward, and he's tackled superbly by Carlisle, who then just fires a ball in Reggie Young's direction. Craig King comes out and gathers it, but he looked like he nearly got away. Nearly got away from King there.
Yeah.
Wasn't sure on that one.
It's worth noting that the free kick that led to the goal as well, we debated it maybe a little bit, but
it looked like, I thought initially Duke McKenna made a good challenge, but fair play to Jeb. He's absolutely putting a stunning ball in, and there's Essam. It's just classic, isn't it? Player returns to their old team. Ball slipped down the line here towards Baron Barrett. It's Duke McKenna now. Can he get there before Bonner? And Bonner comes in and wins the ball and finds Baron Barrett. Back to Noah's son. Into Jeb, who shows some nice feet in midfield. And then they've done well to get out of the press there, Dartford, in fairness. Because there was intense press on there. Evening Neil, Fudge, how are you doing? Yeah, everything's all good with those. Hope you're alright as well. This is Bonner now. Dartford just looking to take the sting out of the game after they've took the lead. Bonner looks up and drives the ball long with his left foot. Headed out by Carlisle. And it's going to be a throw in to the Darts. Ball played forward. Marsh Brown back in the corner. So, going to be a throw in, well, roughly 18, just in line with the 18-yard box for Dartford. But is it a throw in or free kick? I'm not actually sure what's going on. Yes.
throw in.
Yeah, Jeb's on it, so Jeb's obviously got a long throw as well. Oh no, it is a free kick. He's spotting the ball up.
It's another dangerous one.
Yeah, this one's right on the touchline instead, but as I said, in line with the 18-yard box, so position for the in-swinger. Jeb whips it in, and it's flicked into the goal, and it's 2-0 to Dartford. I think it's an own goal in the end. I'm not actually sure who it's come off, but it is 2-0 to the Darts, unfortunately.
Yeah, I can't quite see what's happened there.
It's a brilliant ball in by Jeb once again, and it's hit a red shirt, and it's ended up in the net. It might be Carlisle or Bateman, I'm not actually entirely sure.
Looks like maybe Bonus has parried it into one of them. I can't quite tell who it's hit, to be honest. It's been fizzed at the near post so quickly.
Yeah, but either way, it is 2-0 to Dartford, and after the Tudors' good start, the Darts take that 2-0 lead.
Jack Jebb again.
Jack Jebb with a superb ball in. Former England under 16 and under 17 international, probably showing some of his ability from dead balls there. We'll have to see how the Tudors respond to that. We're just about 15 minutes or so into the game. It is Hemel Hempstead 0, Dartford 2. I think no real chances other than that, really, has there? I think Jai hit a shot just wide for Hemel, but apart from that, there's been very, very little. And suddenly that Dartford are 2-0 up, and that's the quality they have. And here they come again. They're bursting forwards. Elliot Romain over the halfway line. He's got a man with him on the far side. It's Noah Hassan. Hassan looks up, swings it into the back post, headed away fantastically in the end by Scott Morris, who came across from his right back position to fill in at centre back there.
The same story again, isn't it? You know, you can't split the teams at all. Yet Dartford are in a 2-goal lead, like nothing.
Yeah, just like that. They're all exactly. Yeah, totally. That's what it is, isn't it? It's hard to. It's 2 set pieces, isn't it? And it's a great header from Essen, and then that second one, just the ball causes so much confusion. This is Barr, and he turns on the edge of the box and he fires it across to Baron Barrett, who looking to take on his man. He's driving the byline. He's got past Duke McKenna. He plays it across, and it's fired wide by Barham. And Dartford are in the ascendancy. Dartford are in the ascendancy at this moment in time. Bowness to take the ball forward from the goal kick. Bowness drives it forward. BJ Christie beaten in the air by Bonner. Marsh Brown comes away with it, carrying it forward. Slips it down to Noah Hassan. In the end, it's going to throw in. And, Dartford doing, totally in the ascendancy now, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, 100%. They've sort of taken all the Hemel sting out of the game, and like that, they've started to dominate. They found their feet.
We've got another throw in, just in the hitting yard box again on this near side. It's taken in towards. That was Romain, and in the end it's going to be a goal kick. $121 listeners. Thank you to everyone who's tuning in. Once again, we apologise that we can't live stream this one, but we appreciate all the support by tuning in and listening to the commentary. The game will be available, full highlights, full 90 minutes from tomorrow at 10 p.m. If you just joined us, it is Hemel Hempstead 0, Dartford 2. Connor Esserman, an own goal from, we're not really sure to be honest, but this is Barham picking up the ball, driving forward, he clips it into the box, headed away strongly by Ryan Kinane. It's picked up back again by Barham on the far side, he whips it in, comes in to Marsh Brown, headed again, this time by Noah Hassan, and then ball played forward. Jebb back to Essen, and this is Bonner, and after a decent start from the Tudors, Dartford took control of possession and the game as well. Aggie Pong plays it short into Bonner, and he finds Hassan. Yeah, so I mean, 20 minutes or so in, I mean, how do you really assess the start of the game?
Such an even start to the game, if not Hemel slightly on top, and just been hit with a sucker punch, really, haven't we? And then
Hassan finds Romain. Romain turns absolutely superbly. Romain slips in. Marsh Brown in the box, trying to get to the byline, plays it across, and then cleared in front of Danny Bowness, picked up by Noah Hassan. Finds Baron Barrett. Hassan on the overlap. Finds Hassan again. He cuts inside on his right foot now. Slips it into Aggie Pong in the corner. Back to Hassan, and Hassan just wins aside a throw in, but Tudors did work to contain them there because they looked a bit more, it looked like that could have been a lot more dangerous.
Yeah, just hear Lee saying as well, there's so many balls that they're getting into the box. We're doing well to get them away at the moment, but you know, there shouldn't be this many going into the box.
Yeah, there was a lot of crosses, wasn't there? Especially in the last 2 minutes or so, there was quite a few went in. Throw in by Baron Barrett again on this near side. picked up by Remain. Remain finds us a save by Danny Bonus, pushed away. I think it was Agipong who had the shot. It was a brilliant cross in by Remain. Now it was Agipong swinging a left foot at it, and Bonus might be hitting the post from my angle, but he made sure and pushed out 2 hands.
It's a good save.
Yeah, how was Bonus on Saturday? Because obviously, Dean's spell in the team was for the league was ended on Saturday. So
yeah, quiet. To be honest,
yeah,
distribution on point. If you've seen the highlights for the second goal, it comes from him getting it out quickly, but couldn't do anything about the goal and then fairly quiet.
Ball played short, quickly into Jeb. Jeb swings it into towards the near post, and this time Matty Bateman's there at the front post and heads it away powerfully. It's been another corner on this near side as we look at it. We're going to see what happens. Probably it's going to be Jeb again. It's swung into the box this time. Headed away. Bonus was thinking about coming, but in the end he left it. And can't prevent. I think there's a Jai on the far side. Can't prevent the throw.
Yeah, he seems to be walking better now, doesn't he?
Yeah, because it looked like he was in trouble, didn't it?
Yeah, he pulled up quite nicely for a minute or so, and looks to be alright. That would have been a big blow.
This is picked up by, cleared in the end forward towards BJ Christie, headed away by Ajay. Ajay flicked on by BJ Christie. Bateman's after it, but I think that's going to be comfortable for Bonner, who turns and fires it forward. Drops to Jeb. Jeb slips one through to Remain. Remain looking to take on the left back. Finill. Finill slips over. And Remains found Jeb. Jeb then switches it over to this near side to find the left back, Baron Barrett. He's looking to play it back in towards Hassan, who's everywhere. And that's picked up now by Evans, who I've seen very little of this evening, Jake Evans so far. Jeb finds Hassan. Hassan into Remain, back to Hassan. Hassan slips it into Aipon, cleared by Canaan. Bateman rolling his man. Essam hands all over the back of Essam. Sorry, hands over the back of Bateman by Essam. And it's going to be a free kick in the sense of just some much needed relief from what we do here with this free kick right in the centre circle, which is going to be taken by Evans. And Evans just takes it short back to Carlisle, who looks up and finds Canaan instead. And Canaan finds Pennell. Pennell looking for some red shirts to play the ball to. In the end, just clips the ball forward into BJ Christie, who brings it down on his chest. Ball played back to Connor Essam, and he fires it forward long, seeking out Barham. Beaten in the air by Canaan, but it's been a free kick given against Ryan Canaan. Push on the back on Barham, I think. I mean, it's a size difference. It's quite it's quite a size difference between Canaan and Barham, isn't it?
There is.
And it's played quickly by Jeb. Chipped forward. 2 Hemel shirts go up for the same ball, but in the end, Evans now can finally get his foot on the ball, because seen very little of Evans. He finds Scott Morris. Morris then just clips one down the line, and King comes up and collects. Finds Jeb. Back to Bonner. Bonner now looking to get the ball forward, and Bateman closes it down well. But yeah, now just Hemels can't really get the ball anymore, can they?
No,
really?
You're saying we've seen very little of Jake Evans at the moment, but I think he's one of them players. He's absolutely brilliant when your team's dominating the ball, but maybe a bit of a spectator when you've not got it, which is nothing against him. He's just a very playmaking player, isn't he? So when he's not on the ball, he's not a ball winner by trade.
And Jeb and Agipong are dominating that midfield battle at the moment. This is Barham. Barham finds Jeb again. That's how it's going off. Plays it into Jeb, and this is Hassan. Hassan, I can't actually work out what position he's playing. He's been absolutely everywhere so far. He's popped up on the left wing, he's popped up on the right wing, playing in centre field at the moment. Been impressive so far. And he plays a nice ball there into Romain, who turns and then tries to reverse a pass through. but in the end, Barham went the other way to the ball and was picked up by Bonus.
Just looking for a spark of creativity or anything at the moment, aren't we?
It's obviously a 4-4-2 with BJ Christie and Matty Bateman up front, and I guess there's JJ on the bench, haven't they, to get BJ Christie into the game so far. He does have an incredible goal scoring record for AFC Dunstable. I think it's over 300 goals and over 400 appearances for them.
Oh, yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
ridiculous record.
Yeah, it's a very impressive record, and we just haven't been getting in the game as such. He has just given away a free kick there, though. He's already shown he's given away 2 free kicks and just by clattering into people, so he's clearly willing to get involved in the physical stuff.
Seems like an all-round striker as well. You know, he's probably as big as Matty, maybe not quite as tall, but it seems like he's got a bit of pace about him as well. A bit of a complete forward compared to Matty. He's your typical sort of target man striker. So it'll be interesting to see how they play off each other. It's not the typical big man, small man.
No, it's not. They're both big men. Ball played in. Jeb quickly slips it through. Pennell does well. Picked up though by Romain. And Romain goes past Pennell and gets to the byline. Cuts it back to Marsh Brown. Marsh Brown in the box, working some space. Still dancing with it, and then he just hits the floor. He's trying to win a penalty there. I don't know, I think he's lost his footing really, but and then Bateman finds Pennell. Can the Tudors get out? They found Ajay looks up and swings one over in the direction of Duke McKenna, who's also been seen very little in the game. He finds Scott Morris. Scott Morris to the byline. Scott Morris to the back post, headed away superbly by Connor Essam. Matty Bateman was there for essentially the tap in from 6 yards out, and there's Essam. One end he scores, and then one end he denies a goal.
It had to be him. It had to be today, didn't it?
It's absolutely. I'll tell you what, that's exactly what he did all last season. Just always in the right place at the right time. But they can take some encouragement from that. Scott Morris again, swinging it into the box. Headed away this time by Bonner. Picked up by Agipong, but Agipong has handballed, I think. Pretty. I don't know how he's managed to do that, to be fair.
It's almost identical to the free kick earlier.
Yeah, it is, yeah. So it's roughly the same position. Around 30 yards out, and this time there's no Reggie over it, it's just Duke McKenna. Ideally, ball in the exact same position it was right at the beginning of the game, really.
And they've had their rehearsal.
Yeah, there's Scott Morris for the short one. Duke McKenna swings it in, and it goes over everyone, and Reggie Young can't get it at the back post either. And that was just maybe a case of everyone went to the front post rather than at least someone remaining around the back. Yeah.
But you know, they've had the rehearsal. They've had exactly the same ball about 15 minutes ago. So maybe you'd think someone would pick up on that. But well defended by Dartford.
Yeah, they're just seeing it out. But Lee's giving them encouragement there, because that was a better spell from Hemel. But
for all the lack of what Hemel have been doing so far, we've got to credit Dartford. They're playing really well at the moment.
Like, as I say, all the Dartford listeners, thank you. All of you tuning in, and your team have played extremely well since the goals, especially. Elliot Romain beat in the air, finds Duke McKenna, who just lets it slip under his foot, and Baron Barrett finds Husson, who shows absolutely superb awareness to find Romain, and then Romain is tackled in the corner, and then it's picked up by Husson. Baron Barrett with a throwaway right in front of us on this near side. Baron Barrett forward. Duke McKenna wins it. Evans. Picked up by Jeb. Jeb finds Husson, and then Jeb finds it across to Essam. And Essam looking to carry the ball forward. Instead plays it to Jordan Winter. Winter finds Husson again. And Husson looking to skip past the man, but in the end he just knocks out of play, and that's the first mistake he's made all evening. Just going to throw in on the far side. Pennell's going to take, gaining some yards. Pennell, ball forward. Matty Bateman picks it up. Some battling going on. Smashed it up and away by Essam. Not that far though. Young trying to get there. In the end, he just lets it outplay for throw-in. It's going to be thrown taken quickly. Back to Pennell. Pennell trying to work the space for a cross. In the end, he's done well to win his self-through, and that's probably all he could do there. So penalty throw, just along the 18-yard box. Finds BJ Christie. Christie then wins a side of corner. Quite a few corners of Tudors, in fairness.
Yeah, a few set pieces, which is sort of how we started the game on Saturday. Just a lot of flat free kicks into the box, and yeah, if we can dominate a game that way, it's not the most conventional way, but it's a way.
Definitely. So it's going to be Duke McKenna again. And there was a penalty shout very, very early on in the game, but nothing was given. Duke McKenna whips it over the back post. Ajay's there. It's headed. It's deflected wide. It was Cunningham, and then it was deflected wide, but I think Matty Bateman's got a knee on it. And in the end, he's just put it past the far post, but that was a well-worked set piece routine. Cunningham got up, dominated his man in the air, headed it back across goal, and Bateman just glancing the shot wide.
Yeah, just almost gets a knee on it with his back to goal and sort of flicks it over himself, trying to get anything on it. And
it's unlucky, really.
It's unlucky.
It's good striker play, isn't it? So it'll be King to take this goal kick. King drives it long. Just joining us, it is on Vauxhall Road here. It is Hemel Hempstead Town 0, Dartford 2. Bateman loses the ball, but picked up by BJ Christie. Christie tries to slide in Reggie Young with, I think, his weaker left foot, by the way. He kicked that. Looked very laboured and pained. And this is Hassan. Hassan tries to play in Barham, and Barham's in a race with Danny Bowness, and Bowness gets there and is forced into evasive action and launches it away.
It's important that heads don't drop now.
Yeah, I mean, there was obviously again 2 quite quick goals, but since then the game's settled down a bit. Dartford have had one more chance. Aggie Pong had a shot saved by Danny Bowness, but apart from that, it's been nothing else really. Bateman just had that knee effort that went just wide. This is Elliot Romain losing the ball, but it's picked up by Marsh Brown. He tries to slide one through, and he's picked it up again. He's driving forward, Marsh Brown. He clips it in towards Hassan. Hassan drives it back across the box. There's Romain. He finds Aggie Pong. Aggie Pong travelling across, slips it, tries to slip it in behind. I mean, that would have been an absolutely De Bruyne-esque ball if he pulled that off.
It's a little bit.
Well, there was like 5 men to get it through there.
A little bit too intricate for Dartford.
Yeah, it was a little bit too intricate. Yeah, very good idea. But yeah, I mean, as I said, the game has settled down quite a bit. Bowness's free kick is long and forward, and Bateman is absolutely dominating the air by Bonner. And it's picked up by Reggie Young though. Young sprays it onto this near side to Duke McKenna. Duke McKenna goes past his man easily, gets to the byline, clips it over the back post. Cross out play. Did well to beat his man, but then just not the end product required there. Cross in the end, sailing out play for a goal kick.
Positive play though.
It is positive play. And I said he beat the fullback easily, didn't he?
Yeah.
And he hasn't been able to get in the game as much so far, but I've been impressed with Duke McKenna in pretty much every single game that I've seen him play. He's been a real good addition to this team, and I think what impresses most about him, in fairness, is his work rate and his willingness to work for the team. Because a lot of players come down at this level and don't know the maybe think they're too good for it, but he's really willing to get stuck in. And as you can see there, he's just won the ball first and ended up with Bateman. This is Ajay clips it out towards Reggie Young, and in the end it's going to run out of play behind Reggie Young. He wanted it in front of him, and Ajay played the ball to where Young was rather than where he was going to.
Yeah, just a loose one, but again, it's unlucky again. Trying to build something, and we're getting there.
It's been better from the Tudors, and Dartford have maybe they're happy they just allow this to happen. A bit of a lull in the game. They do have the 2-0 lead. They did lose on Saturday, so they're looking to rebuild from that, I guess. Jeb there smashes the ball off Ajay and wins a side of throw-in. But I guess another thing, last 10 minutes or so, I'd say Hemel are winning a lot more 50-50s, aren't they? Maybe,
a lot more second balls as well.
Yeah, maybe for a spell that wasn't happening. But again, now Dartford with the ball in their own corner and played back to King. And then King finds Aggie Pong. This is Bonner. Bonner finds Barrett into Marsh Brown, who's dropped deep and travelling over the halfway line, and finds Barham, and then Aggie Pong gets the ball leathered off him by Evans, but it comes back to him, and then Aggie Pong cannot find Baron Barrett there on the overlap. But maybe Evans then needs to actually go in for the tackle there rather than just trying to clear it off him. Ball played forward, flicked on by Bateman, cleared by Bonner. Ball drops over, Carlisle comes out and Bowness collects. Carlisle and Bowness with good communication, and Bowness gets it underway quickly, and here's Finill driving over the halfway line on that far side. He's got Reggie Young with him. In the end, he tries to play in BJ Christie, who's fouled. So it can be a free kick in, well, almost identical to the position it has been the last two times, only on the other side.
Yeah,
35 yards out.
McKenna.
Yeah, 35 yards out. This time it's more going to be sort of an in-swinger, or Reggie Young can try the out-swinger. So it's 35 yards out, left of centre. And there's Ajay in the box, there's BJ Christie in the box, there's Finill in the box, there's Cunningham in the box, and there's Matty Bateman in the box. So there's some serious height, isn't there?
Yeah, got a big side. They've had their rehearsals, they've had a couple now.
So what's going to happen with this free kick? As I said, Stuart McKenna with it, or Reggie Young as well. Reggie Young clips one in the back post this time. Cunningham goes up, Cunningham heads it back across goal. It's going to drop in the end, picked up by Evans. Evans then just fires it. Well, I think he tries to clip it back in, and in the end it's very, very easy for King, who just grasps hold of it, and that's the end of that. You can kind of see what Evans is trying, but it would have to be something. You'd have to get the ball to like have backspin in the air for it to have ended up with a red shirt there. So here's Essam again. Plays it back to King. King just puts his foot on it. Dartford just trying to see this out now, I feel, towards half time. Not that long left, I don't think. But it is 2-0 still here. Cunningham with his header goes backwards, picked up by Finill. Finill then plays it forward. Bateman comes in and Bateman tries to get a chest on it, trying to find Reggie Young. Finill finds Evans. Evans back to Carlisle. And Carlisle tries to find fellow QPR loanee Duke McKenna, but it's headed away. Picked up by Aggie Pong, and then comes to Jeb, and Jeb skips by one man and skips by another, and then finds Hassan. Back to Jeb. Jeb finds Baron Barrett. Baron Barrett tries to slip one in towards Elliot Romain, and in the end it's cleared. And he's picked up by Marsh Brown. Marsh Brown somehow wriggles his way through 1, 2. Romain, and Bowness pushes it away and gets his two hands away and palms it away, but that came from a bit of miscommunication in the back line there, and in the end ended up with Bowness having to make a good save.
Yeah, they just tried to dink it out, haven't they, quite nonchalantly, and not been talking. It's forced him into a save, which is good save, but not one he really needed to make.
No, he hit it hard, Romain, striker, but Bowness got two palms to it, pushed it away, so it's going to be a corner on this near side, in swinger from Jeb. 2 assists already this evening from him. Jeb swings it in, headed away at the front post this time well. It's going to be picked up by Baron Barrett. Aggie Pong, sorry. He finds Aggie Pong again, then Jeb again. Jeb then whips it into the back post, headed away as far as Marsh Brown. Dartford now having their little spell of ascendancy in the game. Marsh Brown swings it in, deflected through, and it's fired in by Elliot Romain. The cross came in by Marsh Brown. He somehow, I think it ended up with him somehow, and then he's just fired it in from no more than 8 yards out. And it is Hemel Hempstead Town 0, Dartford FC 3.
Just uncontested in Hemel's sort of 6-yard box almost. He's had time to take not the best touch and fire it in, which shouldn't be getting that sort of time.
No, Marsh Brown swung in the ball. It's a decent ball in by him, but it suddenly Romain takes a heavy touch really, but then swivels on it and fires it into the far corner, and Hemel have a lot of work to do from this point. Evans clips it forward. Picked up by Ajay. Ajay finds Reggie Young. This is Elliot Romain battling and bursting his way through, and after that goal he's on what he clearly got some confidence. In the end, Carlisle's done well because the grey shirts were flooding forward there. Plays it into Finill. Finill walking forward with the ball, needs some help. Young, and in the end it's just a poor pass from Finill. Don't know what Reggie Young was meant to do with that, really. Back to King. King plays it short into Jeb, who is controlling this game, really. Oh, her son should some lovely flick down, find Agipong. This is Winter, and it's all a bit easy for Dartford, isn't it, really?
Yeah, it's cruise control.
Yeah. There's some pressing now, but they've broke through it and they find Marsh Brown. Marsh Brown's allowed to turn and play it across to Connor Essam. And Essam finds Winter. And then Essam again, and then this is Bonner, and Dartford just happy to knock it around the back four. Bonner switches it across to Essam, who's got quite a lot of time. Just advance out with it. And as we said, looks like that horrible run from the Tudors against Dartford's going to continue at this point, isn't it?
Yeah, looks to be so. It's like an absolute miracle.
Baron Barrett drives past his man, swings it in. It's cleared as far as Duke McKenna, who swivels on the edge of his own box, and then finds Evans. And then Evans finds Finill. And Pennell's got some grass to stroll into, and in the end he's given it away, and it's picked up by Jordan Winter, and he just scoops it in towards his son. Back to Bonner, and this is Baron Barrett, who's clips one forward, and clear by Scott Morris up towards Duke McKenna. Duke McKenna brings it down only as far as Agipong. This is Barham now. Baron Barrett again, trying to get through. It's a good tackle by Scott Morris though. Duke McKenna finds Matty Bateman. Bonner beats him to it. Evans trying to find Bateman. BJ Christie coming into it towards it. I feel a bit sorry for BJ Christie. He's not going to get in the game at all, has he?
No, he's been isolated up there, hasn't he?
Yeah. Dartford just knocking the ball around as we approach half time. By my watch, not very long to go here. Agipong into Baron Barrett. Got a 3-0 lead. Do Dartford, and they look very, very confident on the ball. Well, we're going to have the time board in a minute. Let's see how much time we're going to have. Is that 1 minute added on by the looks of it? Yeah, it looks like we're going to have 1 minute added on. No real surprise, hasn't been many, if any, stoppages really.
No, well, other than the goals really.
Yeah, exactly, other than the goals. So nearly half time here at Vauxhall Road, and Dartford just happy to keep knocking the ball around. It's Agipong now, finds Jeb, and Jeb fires it forward in the direction of Romain, who is a very, very willing runner. And he's putting a lot of pressure on. There we go, that is the 1 minute added on. Bateman beaten in the air by Bonnevet. Comes out to Reggie Young, and could this turn into anything? Young running at the corner, swings his cross in, headed away by Essam. And he finds Jeb with his header, just as the way it goes. When you're on form, everything goes for it, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's the way, isn't it? When it's going well, it tends to stay that way.
Yeah.
You know. Once you take control of a game, sometimes everything just goes for you.
They've given it away here though. Picked up by Ajay. Ajay hits one. Craig King drops it. Oh, he palms it up and away in the end. But Ajay, he's proven it a few games this season. He's got a decent left foot on him, and he absolutely powered that strike towards goal. In the end, Craig King made a bit hash of it, but he'll probably claim he meant to do it. And it's a shot on target for Hemel at least. But there is the half-time whistle here at Vauxhall Road. So Tudor started quite well, in fairness. A decent start from them, but 2 goals in quick succession. An own goal from, we're not really sure who, to be honest, but Connor Essam on his return to Vauxhall Road with a fantastic header, opened the score, and then the own goal. And then the third goal from Elliot Romain as a cross came in from Marsh Brown, and Romain just sort of picked it up, didn't he, and fired it in from about 8 yards out. Steve King walking off very, very happy with how his side are doing. And Dartford are looking to be going, well, I think they go back to the top of the table now. Well, teams are back out for the second half. I don't have a co-commentator as of yet, so I don't know what he's doing. But the Tudors are back out, and so are Dartford. Just having a little bit of a collab looking at the Tudors at the moment. So if you're just joining us or just want a quick update, it is 3-0 to the away side as Hemel look for that first home win, but it's looking increasingly further and further away. The home record this season reads 4-1 defeat. 4-1 defeat and a 1-0 defeat in the FA Cup, and at the moment it's 3-0 at half time. So I don't know, the pitch maybe it's got something to do with the pitch being, we didn't get it properly, it was late being laid, we didn't get it didn't get have proper games on it. I don't know, it's just something about playing at home, but away from home, 2 fantastic wins, and now my co-commentator has finally rocked up. He's finally arrived. I don't know what he's been doing, skiving, chatting someone, I don't know. Find out in a bit. But anyway, scouting, I don't know.
It's JJ.
Oh, fair, right, yeah. So it is indeed. Well, we're going to look at the Dartford. So switch of sides, obviously. So Dartford will be now this near side when they're attacking. So they're left and they're right. And then Hemel are kicking from right to left. We'll have to see how Lee Bertram's men have responded. No changes for either side, and we're back underway. And it's Jeb with the ball, and he clips it back towards Tom Bonner. And then he finds, I just found out as well, doing some research, Noah's son, former Hemel player as well. So, I mean, the way he's been playing in the first half, definitely let one slip away there.
Yeah, well, have you worked out where he's playing?
Well, exactly, he's just everywhere, isn't he? The ball's back with Finill now, straight away got a grey shirt, and he finds Ajay, who's got Aggie Pong at his back, and Ajay does well to hold off his man and find Cunningham, and Cunningham just launches down the line. Reggie Young heads it off Jordan Winter, and Winter picks it up. And then Aggie Pong finds Winter, and then Winter finds Elliot Romain, and Ajay comes in and wins it back. And Tudors now need some, and Ajay needs some help. Ajay gets up on his left foot and finds Reggie Young. Young looking to take on, skip inside, finds Matty Bateman, cleared in the end. Comes up towards Cunningham though, and Cunningham finds Evans, who's in the centre circle. Back to Carlisle, who's in the right centre back position. He sprays it across to Scott Morris, who can advance over the halfway line. And then tries to find Matty Bateman, who just falls over, but it's ended up with BJ Christie, who turns and fires, and then comes out towards Bateman, who hits it again. It's blocked, and then Evans blocked again. Comes out to Evans again, finds Ajay. Ajay moves it along to Finill. Finill looking to get it in the box. Finill fires it over the back post. It's a long, ambitious ball. In the end, it's just patted out of play for a corner. So 3 shots there. The first one was probably the best chance when the ball ran through for BJ Christie, and it was almost identical to that goal he actually scored against us. He just rolled his man, and, but this time Bonner got in the way rather than Perkins, who didn't get in the way on that occasion. All the way back in. That was ages ago, but that wasn't that long ago. Ball whipped in from the corner. It's in the end going to run out for Ajay. I don't know what happened with the corner there. Ajay swings it in, and then it's fired away long, and Evans is going to have to go and deal with it. It's picked up in the corner by Evans. Evans has done well to actually keep that in play, really. And this is Bonus. Bonus finds Carlisle. Hemel having a bit more of the ball here, but scoreline definitely favours Dartford. Cunningham, this is Finill again. Finill back to Cunningham. Cunningham looking to get it down the line. Reggie Young gets a slight flick on it and finds Bateman, and Bateman gets it trapped in his feet, and Essam comes across and deals with it. Bateman takes the throw quickly, finds Christie. Christie bitten to it. Ajay picks it up on his chest and then volleys a fantastic ball to Duke McKenna, who brings it down brilliantly. And this is Scott Morris. Skips by his man, gets his cross into the back post. King comes out, and that's well, it's one of the first things Kings had to do. But I think Scott Morris's cross was maybe a bit too sort of chipped in, but it was still a decent ball.
Just starting in the ascendancy as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you'd sort of hope that, wouldn't you, I guess. Finill, Ajay brings it down well. Ajay started the second half well, and then Young and Ajay have ran into each other, and Reggie Young has been poleaxed. Don't think there's any other word for it, really. It was a trip by Elliot Remain, and it's caused some problems for Reggie Young, hasn't it?
Yeah, physio's on. He's almost pushed them into each other,
Yeah,
hasn't he?
that's what he's done. I think he's caught Ajay's heels actually in the end, and Remain's protesting his innocence as you would expect him to do. But Young looks in a bit of discomfort. Ajay got straight back to his feet. So still 3-0 as I say here. There was actually a goal at the end of the first half in the game, and Braintree looked like they're on course for their first league win of the season. Took the lead against St Albans, so that tightens the league up even further, doesn't it?
Yeah, they'll be looking to get their first win. Just need to get it out of the way, Braintree.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, obviously after that ridiculous game, 2 weeks ago now? Just under 2 weeks ago. Young's okay. Ajay actually did go to the floor, but then no one came to see him, so he's just got up. Wasn't getting any attention, but Reggie Young looks like he's going to be okay, and you have to say that's very, very important from a Hemel point of view, isn't it?
Very important.
Get the ball, Cole.
I'm sure Steve King was delighted with the side's first half. Obviously the 2 goals, and then after that they pretty much just took the sting out of the game, didn't they? And then obviously the 3rd goal totally took the sting out of the game. Cunningham with the long diagonal that is headed away, and then just Scott Morris forward, picked up by Ajay. Ajay heads it. Well, he had a free header, and in the end he's just headed it straight out of play for throw-in. Maybe recovering from that knock a bit, because I don't know how he's managed that.
He's been in the water today, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has, hasn't he? It looked like he was going to not continue in the first half, actually, when he pulled up, looked like a hamstring potentially, but he's played on. It's a bit silly foul from Marsh Brown. He bundles his man to the floor. And the free kick's taken to Cunningham, and Cunningham finds Reggie Young. Young back to Cunningham. Cunningham looking to switch play over towards Duke McKenna, brings it down. Tries to skip inside his man, but in the end picked up by Baron Barrett, and then the touch around the corner from Barron invites Marsh Brown forward, but Scott Morris has done well because Marsh Brown's got some pace.
He's starting the second half like we did the first.
Yeah, it's been a decent start to the second half, but I guess as long as it's not, from a Dartford point of view, I guess it's not too threatening, they're not going to mind whether. Ball play, that's a good ball though, and it's given Ajay to get a chance on the turn and then fire it in towards Reggie Young, and it's got too much on the pass. He should have probably found Young there, and Ajay apologises. Young's quick, but he's not quite that quick.
No, it's his second ball now. Ajay has tried to play to Reggie, and he's just gone out of play. It's the right idea. They've clearly got some sort of understanding with each other, but it's just not quite coming off.
It was a good ball into him by Carlisle, actually, because it allowed Ajay to turn and get on the half turn and drive forward. Reggie Young trying to battle with Aggie Pong here, and in the end BJ Christie comes across. Looking at the bench, should you be looking to make any changes as of yet, or still just keep it as it is?
I think Chris Paul just add a little bit of physicality to that midfield. It did something a little bit different. Obviously back from his 1 week delayed suspension.
Yeah. This is Ajay, who's having a much more of an influence in the second half. Skips by a man, then cuts back in on his left foot. Is he going to shoot? No, he switches it out towards Reggie Young. Young looking to get in the box. He's got the overlapping run of Finill, but Young drives it across. It's going to come all the way through, is it, from Duke McKenna? No, it's not. It's a brilliant ball by Reggie Young, flashed across, and there was 3 red shirts there. Bateman missed it, BJ Christie missed it, and Duke McKenna missed it. It was almost just too good of a ball. No one could make any connection with it.
If anyone has slightly longer studs, they all get on that. Corridor of uncertainty again.
Yeah, it just sort of went. Yeah, exactly. It was, but that's the first. And that all came from Ajay getting the ball in a good position, and I guess winning that midfield battle, because in the first half Dartford definitely won that midfield battle.
Yeah, 100%.
By the way, it's actually a free kick. I don't know what it's been given for, but by the way, it's a free kick, and King takes it and then fires it over towards his near side, and Finill wins the header quite comfortably and finds a Jai, and this time the ball gets away from him, but clearly looks a bit more intent. Has a bit more intent about him, doesn't he, Jai, in this second half, clearly. Duke McKenna just misses the ball there, and Byron Barrett is going to collect it. And he just fires one forward into Elliot Remain, who's got a goal, and then turns and then is pushed over to the floor, pushed onto the floor by Nathan Carlisle, and wins aside a clever striker's free kick, isn't it? Wait for the contact. It's going to take him pretty much in the centre circle, just left of centre, and Jeb's over it. And well, we've already seen what Jeb can do from these, from any set piece. This one's a lot further out, and
if he doesn't
take something, it'd be something impressive from here. Although Essam is at the back post, Pennell's on him. It is towards Connor Essam, and it goes over everyone in the end and saves that play for a goal kick. You have to say, I think Pennell actually did well there, stood his ground and let Essam just jump over the top of it. Reggie Young wanted the ball quick, but instead it's played forward, and then Jordan Winter, I think he got a slight touch on that. Well,
taps it out of play.
Looked like he tapped it out of play, but not calling to the linesman. And well, I don't know if you can hear that, but Hemel backwards, I'm not happy with that and understand why, because it did look like he definitely touched out of play. And here's Winter now, and he takes another pretty loose touch, backwards this time though. Essam and it's Bonner, and this is the first sort of signs of Dartford having more of the ball since the half-time whistle.
Yeah, they've not started brilliant in either half, but we know exactly how that went.
Yeah,
exactly. Later on in the first half. So.
The truth is, from their point of view, with a 3-0 lead, you just need to not be awful, essentially.
From a home perspective, winning the second half.
Winning the second half would be good. But I think I was just this home record. I was talking about it at half time with another member of the media team, and this home record just so far this season just hasn't happened at home, has it? It's 2 4-1 defeats. We're losing 3-0 at the moment, and obviously 1-0 defeat in the FA Cup as well. I don't know if it's something to do with the fact that the pitch was late, I suppose, so they didn't get a chance to play on it. I don't know. It's just been a nightmare home this season.
Well, something that Steve Bateman touched on in his interview on Saturday. We only went on grass, Dunstable, Braintree and Bath. We've yet to win on a 4G surface, which is what we've got here.
Yeah. So. It'll change at some point. Ball's launched forward up towards Agipong. Pennell brings it down on his chest. Well, finds BJ Christie, and then the bat's back to Pennell. And Pennell fires it down the line and invites Bateman to get after it. Bateman putting Connor Essam under pressure, but Essam shows superb composure to just bring it away. Just want to put a shout out to our programme. It's been brilliantly made by Lauren Fuller. I contribute as well if you want to read any of my ramblings. But it's $1.99, and I think, well, it's fantastic, isn't it? We've had a look, and it's been brilliant so far. So really help out and pay. It's only, as I say, only $1.99. Dartford fans as well. You've got your own section in it as well. So please get on board with that and really help out the club, and also just get to enjoy some really good content. So we've got a throw in on that far side, deep inside Hemel's half, launched forward. BJ Christie beaten in and just whacked forward by Ajay. And in the end it's brought down by Connor Essam. Now Essam can walk it out of play and finds Barham. He finds Winter. Winter chops inside Reggie Young, shows some nice feet, and then tries to slip it down in behind for Marsh Brown. And in the end, it's seen off well by Carlisle, and Bowness collect. That was some good play by the right back. Dartford the right back.
Yeah, just trying to make things happen by himself there. He's nearly done it.
Yeah, Bowness balls it out to Pennell. Pennell just behind the halfway line, then just fires a ball down the line, trying to invite Christie to get onto it, but He's going to struggle. He's going to struggle to get that, isn't he? Do feel bad for Christie, as we said. Just he's not getting the game at all. It's no real fault of his own at all. There's Aggie Pong who turns and Reggie Young bundles him to the floor. Pretty cheap free kick. No yellow cards so far. It's been quite a... Don't know, sometimes get some bad temper games. I don't know, we are going to see the first change. You did say Chris Paul, and looks like that is who we're going to have.
Last time I spoke about him getting subbed, it went disastrously, so I'll keep quiet about this. I'll let you talk about it.
Yeah, I forgot about that, and so it's Jake Evans coming off, Chris Paul coming on, and I'm not really surprised by that. Evans just struggled to get involved in the game in that. I guess, I don't know, maybe with the two strikers, you need him playing in a midfield three. I don't know. Certainly every game I've seen him play, he's better in a midfield three. Certainly in like that number 10 role. Yeah. So no change of formation, but Paul's on, maybe some more legs in there. And from what I've seen of him so far, he's got a superb range of passing. So he might be able to open the pitch up a bit more. This is Romain, turns, finds Hassan. This is Jeb again, who's not had as much influence in the second half. He's in the end, he's giving it away there. Reggie Young, picked up by Essam. Then this is Hassan again. Marsh Brown, nice interplay, finds Winter. Winter trying to slip in Aggie Pong on the edge of the box, but it comes out with Jude McKenna, who plays it back to Carlisle. Carlisle finds Scott Morris, who fires it down the line, seeking out BJ Christie. Going to run past him. Bateman's going to give chase, but it's quite a forlorn one in the end. Now Essam can carry it out. And as I said, Dartford at the moment are second in the league with this win. Scott Morris heads it away as far as Baron Barrett, who fires it back forward in the direction of Hassan. And then it just dribbles out of play for a throw-in on that far side. Hasn't really sparked into life the second half, has it really? It suits, this sort of suits Dartford, I think, from the Tudors' point of view. You need to see someone grab the game, I guess, by the scruff of the neck. Yeah,
I don't think Dartford would be overly worried.
No.
Hemel are maybe on top at the moment, but they don't really look like they're going to score.
No, apart from
certainly not three.
Apart from the Reggie Young ball across the box, there's been nothing else.
Nothing of note, no.
We haven't had a change for Dartford, so it is Marsh Brown going off. Just give you who it is going on a minute.
Barnum Bob, I think.
Yeah, that is indeed Barnum Bob, yeah. So Barnum Bob coming on for Marsh Brown, who arguably out of Dartford from four wingers isn't quite as one. But yeah, that is Barnum Bob coming on, and Barnum Bob. We're going to have a throw-in taken here on the near side, cleared away by Jim McKenna. Fired forward in towards BJ Christie. Fired forward again. Headed away by Scott Morris. Might going to drop for a corner. I think they're going to set out for a corner on that far side. Good hold up play by, I think it's Romain Elliott in the corner there. So we'll have a corner. But yeah, Barnum Bob, former Watford Academy player. He's on in place of Marsh Brown. And well, it's another set piece that Jeb is standing over. It's already done the damage with them 2 times. Swung in again at the back post. It's a really good ball. Essam, oh what is it the bar? Oh, it's cracked the crossbar. Connor Essam comes back out to Jeb. Headed by Barham, wide of the far post. Essam got up again. Absolutely stunning header back across goal. Bowness has got his hand up. I don't think he's got a touch on it, and it's rattled the crossbar, and it's bounced away with such ferocity that it came back out to Jeb, the corner taker.
Yeah, it was almost going to land straight in the little corner circle as well.
So that is, I mean, Essam clearly in the mood tonight with that goal, and very inches away from a second. He's beaten in the air this time though. Bateman, can he win that? No, it comes away with it. Here's Barnum Bob driving forward. plays it back to her son, and her son finds King. All right, sorry, Tudor John, sorry about that. Hungerford are now losing, so Dartford are top. So Steve King's men back to the summit, bouncing back from that first league defeat at the moment, and they're starting to play some lovely football. Slipped into here, Barnum Bob fires it across. It's going to reach Elliot Romain, and it's deflected away in the end. It was blocked by Carlisle. It came across by... it was a great cross by Barnum Bob, brought down by Romain. He fired it in towards the near post, but a red shirt threw themselves in the way of it and blocked it away. The play continues with Duke McKenna. He finds Ajay. Ajay launches it forward. Bateman's not going to do anything with that. And it's picked up by Romain. He's beaten in the air by Carlisle. Finds Jeb again. Jeb on that left-hand side. Looking to work some space for Baron Barrett, who just throws himself to the floor and then desperate attempt to win a free kick, but that's definitely just a goal kick. Looks like we're having JJ Lacey coming on. Just heard him summoned from the bench there. No real surprise. How did JJ play on Saturday?
Really well.
Yeah.
He's sort of playing like a 10. You know, we've got 2 up front today, and instead of 2 up front, we have 1 with JJ just behind. And well, you see the first goal, he's just picked the ball up in that little pocket of space and played it through for Reg to win the penalty. And you know, he was key throughout, just getting in the little pocket, which is something we've missed today. You know, we've sort of got a 4, and a 2. It's very flat. It was interesting just having JJ between the lines, and you know, maybe that's something we missed today a little bit.
I mean, if I'm going to take a guess, it'll probably be for BJ Christie, who just, as I've said a few times, he just hasn't really gotten the game at all, has he really?
No.
So I wouldn't be surprised. And I guess that might be able to create some more link-up between the midfield and the forwards. But this is Aggie Pong trying to win the ball in the corner, but in the end he just knocks it out of play for a throw-in. And, well, Tudor's got one sort of 20, 25 yards inside the run half. But it looks like Pennell's going to leave. But Ajay in a big battle with Aggie Pong, but in the end it's won, and it's launched forward first time, brought down by Bonner, who gets away with one really because he had no control, he had no idea where that was going. Cunningham beaten in the air. Can Reggie Young now bring it down? He can. He cuts inside one, and then straight away men are around him, but he gets out to Paul, and the referee's going to bring it back for a free kick. Little clip of the heels on Reggie Young there. That is the sub. So JJ Lacey is coming. I'm just trying to look at the board to see exactly who is coming off it. Actually, it's going to be it's Carlisle coming off. So it's Carlisle coming off, which means a total change in formation. I got it totally wrong. Carlisle's played well in the defence, done decently, but JJ Lacey's on. So I'm just going to see what
looks like it's going to be
switch is going to be now.
Maybe a back 3 again.
Maybe a back 3, yeah, that's what it looks like. Pennell, Kinane and Scott Morris are sort of standing together as a back 3, and then Paul and Ajay, and then it looks like Reggie Young's playing left wing back and right wing back Street McKenna. We did see this last week against Billericay when it was, I think it was 3-0 scoreline as well when this formation was changed. It did lead to a goal, so we'll have to see what happens, but I mean, it'll definitely leave the Tudors more exposed, but I guess at 3-0 down, what have they got to lose? Pennell finds BJ Christie, who turns and slips it to Reggie Young. Young now looking to get past his man, works some space, fires in across to the back. What's a really good ball. Goes over the top of everyone. Picked up by Duke McKenna. Duke McKenna tackled in the box. Ajay wins it though. Oh no. Aggie Pong manages to slip it out towards her son, who's just going to stand on the ball and wait for some support on that far side. The son now forced back, and then it's picked up by Paul, and Paul's over the halfway line, and her son stops him. But you can hear Lee there, he's encouraged by what they're seeing, and has been better in the last 5 or so minutes, hasn't it?
Yeah, stepping the pace up a little bit, just up in the tempo, he's trying to make something out of anything.
Paul clips it forward, Bateman trying to battle his way through Bonner, but Bonner does well and fires it long up towards Barham, and Barham turns, but Kinane deals with him well. Bowness forward. Jai wins the header. Bateman flicks it round the corner to BJ Christie. Christie gets it back onto his left foot, fires it. Oh, wide of the far post. I think it's been, is it going to be a corner? Has it been deflected wide?
Deflected or saved?
Yeah,
really
it was deflected wide, I think. But BJ Christie did brilliantly, taken quickly and cleared at the near post. The corner was taken very, very quickly. It's going to throw in instead. But yeah, much better from Hemel there. It was really good strike link-up play, wasn't it, from Bateman and BJ
Yeah,
Christie.
much better.
And Christie did well to hold off his man, and then he just went for that curler towards the far corner. I think it was deflected wide in the end. Ball cleared up towards Finill. And this is a Jai who turns and lets it run away from him. And in comes Ban and Bob, and this is Paul. Paul brings it, gets his foot on it, and slips it out towards Finill, and Finill finds Bowness. Bowness fires it forward. Can the Tudors get a goal? Anything back? Pushing the back there, surely. Well, thought it was the other. Well, I don't know actually. I think Essen in the end is pushed by Bateman, and they've had a bit of a ding dong, haven't they? This sort of. Anyway, so it was we're going to have a free kick anyway, and King plays it forward. Headed down. Paul finds Duke McKenna. Duke McKenna back into Scott Morris. This is Paul again. Paul driving up off the line. Lets it slip away from him, and it's picked up by Jeb. In comes Jeb. Finds Agipong. It's a good ball. This is Romain. Romain, they're going to fire one. It's saved and then cleared just before it can reach the incoming man. It was Jeb, I think, and it's cleared by Scott Morris. But it's a decent save by Bowness from, well, it's just Paul just letting the ball run to his foot, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's done so well to beat his man. It's like, as he's tried to play it, it's almost hit his foot and just rolled a little bit further than he wanted it to.
Yeah, he'd done well to drive through a few, but then in the end it nearly ended up in a Dartford fourth. So Jeb to take this one again in swinger. Jeb whips it in. It's a good ball, headed away at the near post by Cunningham. That time. And Bob slowly trotting over to take this throw. In the end, it's been cleared only as far as Essen, and Essen flicks it on and flicks it off Bateman. I mean, if that was intentional, it's very clever defending.
Yeah, well done.
I don't know if it was intentional. This is Bonner again, and he finds Barham Barrett. Slips it in towards Barham on that far side, just over the halfway line. Good tackle though, but comes out to Barham Barrett again. He plays it into Bonner, who fires it long and outplay it. Just game after, I don't know, a good spell for the last 5 minutes or so. Maybe Dartford took a little bit of hold, and looks like we're going to have is that another substitution maybe? I saw the linesman put up their flag, but not seeing anyone. Oh yeah, we're seeing someone now over there. So it's Agipong coming off.
Sounds like Jake Howells might be coming
Yeah,
on
Jake
at some
Howells
point
coming
as well.
on for the Tudors, yeah, indeed. Just let you know who's coming on. It's going to be Allen coming on for Dartford. Agipong had I'd say he started off quite slowly, but especially in the first half, I think he helped dominate that midfield with Jeb. But on comes Luke Allen, 27-year-old midfielder. 2 seasons at Braintree. Also spent some time with Cambridge. And they describe him as a man with an eye for goal and assists. Offside given against Hemel there. The ball played forward towards BJ Christie. And Matty Bateman's in a bit of disagreement there with the award of the offside, but the way the referee's decision stands. So yeah, tomorrow once again, Tudors fans, Dartford fans, you'll all be able to watch the game from 10 p.m. tomorrow. That'll be when the full 90 minutes goes out. And with the score at the moment currently at 3-0 to the Dark, who are top of the table as it stands. Ball headed away here towards JJ Lacey, who has, I don't think he's touched the ball as of yet, but he played the ball in the direction of BJ Christie, and now it's picked up by Lacey again. Lacey looking to take it forward. Slips a nice ball in towards Ajay. Ajay hits one, blocked by Essam, who has just been everywhere tonight. This is Elliot Romain. That's a strong tackle by Cunningham though. Lacey picks up in the halfway line, then tries to play his way through. In the end it's cleared, picked up by Ajay. That's a late challenge by Elliot Romain, who's been getting stuck in all evening, and he's definitely got stuck into Ajay there.
He has, yeah.
That could be the first yellow card of the game, I think.
Yeah,
it's a late challenge from the striker.
And it's Ajay again in
it's
the wars.
Ajay again, isn't it? Yeah, he's been in the wars, as you say. But this one's nothing to do with his muscle. It's a nasty challenge. And it is a yellow card, first yellow card of the game. And it goes to a Dartford player, Elliot Romain. As I said, he's been getting stuck in, having some needle in there. It's one of those ones I don't think there's any
it's not malicious.
There's not malicious, no intent in it because it'd be a red card otherwise. But it is late and it is a nasty challenge. So Ajay though, he's made of strong stuff, isn't he? He just keeps going.
He's back up, he's limping, but we'll be fine in a minute.
Yeah, he's back up on his feet, and it's a free kick just over the halfway line, say 5 yards or so, and it's about a yard or so left of the centre circle, and it's Paul over it. We saw a few times when Addy Cole was here, he did a very clever sort of driven ball in. Paul drives it in this time. In the end, it was a free ball for Cunningham, and he just let it run under his feet. And the ball's fired forward, and here's Barham, and Barham's in behind on the touchline, and Barham then cuts back inside Finill, and then finds Jeb. Jeb fires it. Bowness pushes it away. It's a good strong save by Bowness, but Dartford turned it around from back to front there very, very quickly. The ball was played forward. Barham did well. He brought it back, and there was Jeb, who probably could say deserves a goal this evening the way he's played with 2 assists. And Bowness gets strong hands to it and palms it away.
You can see his pedigree, can't you, Jack? You can see exactly where he's come from at Arsenal.
Yeah, exactly.
See why he was there.
And then he was at Wealdstone last season, you know, when won the National League South. Yeah. So, you know, he knows what he's doing. This ball's played in. It's a clever routine. It's cleared away on the post. And then Paul brings it out and finds Ajay. Ajay tries to get his way through. One too many, I think, there. And in the end, he's given away a free kick. And it's Essam who's fouled.
He's been absolutely immense today.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be anyone else, would it?
No, I mean, he could have had 2 goals as well, and he's got the one, but he could have had another one. But also just defensively, he just reads the game so well, doesn't he? There was that one in the first half where the cross came into the back post, and Bateman was waiting for the nod in from about 6 yards out, and Essam just somehow was there, flicked it away. And as I said, any Tudor fans would probably agree with us. He was arguably, if we had a player of the year, obviously COVID didn't get any of that, but he arguably would have been player of the year. He was just superb. So he's just been there and done it. He's excellent signing for Dartford, and he's proven that once again tonight. Ball played in by Jeb. Romain brings it down. Here's Essam, and he's fired it back across goal. And then I think it was his centre-back partner Bonner who's tapped it wide in the end. But he absolutely lashed it across goal. I mean, it was going absolutely nowhere near the target. But he thought Bonner might be able to convert it from about 4 yards out.
Chances for a hat-trick.
He could
have 3 goals tonight.
You know, from there, he probably should actually hit the target, really. But in the end, Bonner is the one who gets his foot on it and sticks it wide. Well, we're going to have Jake Howells coming on. We'll have to see who this is for.
Looks like a J.
Yeah, I mean, especially second half, Jai's played well, but I'm going to tell you what, he's gone down about 4 times, hasn't he? He's just constant war wounds, and he's limping off here slowly, but well battled once again, Kyle Jai, who's becoming he's becoming a really important part of the team, isn't he?
Yeah, in pre-season, he started pre-season, and then he seemed to get dropped for a little bit. You know, Lee didn't seem maybe too happy with what he was seeing from him, and he started getting back in the team around the Brackley game, and he's been immense ever since.
Yeah. Headed away by Winter. Winter up towards... Oh, well, sorry, Dartford have also made a change. Looks like Gavin McCallum's come on. Just trying to work out who that was for, because they've just done that. I think it's for Elliot Remain, isn't it? He was on a yellow card, wasn't he? So yeah, he has gone off. Yeah, so Gavin McCallum, former Welling man, who played under Steve King at Welling, is on. Born in Canada as well. Very experienced winger. So he'll come on and try and see out the game for the Darts. They're just playing around with the ball in the corner here. It's played into McCallum, who gets a flick on it, but offside flag goes up against, I think it was Bowen and Bob there in the end. Bonus to take this goal kick then. Still 3-0 here to Dartford. I guess the floor's been stemmed in the second half, hasn't it? And Bateman's been wiped out in the air there. It's a big clash of heads between, I think it's Essam, isn't it? And
again.
And Bateman. That's been a contest this evening, Bateman versus Essam. There's definitely been a bit of needle in that one. Jake Howells has come over to see his former teammate Essam, who's got to his feet. Bateman's looks like he's come off the slightly worse of the two. I mean, in fairness, Essam did absolutely nut him with the forehead and straight into the back of the head.
Yeah, it's a painful one, that.
Yeah, looks like it could be a yellow card, I think, for former Tudors central defender.
Interesting.
I wouldn't say, maybe he has made a few fouls.
Yeah, unless he's giving it for dangerous play. But
yeah, he has made a few fouls. I count that as 3 fouls he made, so it could be persistent fouling. But that is a yellow card for Connor Weston. It's a chance to load the box with Chris Paul standing over it. Paul fires it over at the back post. Bateman beaten in the air. Comes to Duke McKenna. Duke McKenna brings it down. Trying to chop inside one and then clips it over to the back post. Reggie Young's there, but it's headed away. Drops to JJ Lacey, who shows some brilliant feet. Lacey's in behind, saved by King. And then comes out to Lacey, back to Reggie Young. Young shows some nice feet again. Inside, outside, and then blocked in the end. Good defending in the end, actually, in fairness, by Bowen and Bob.
Great skill by JJ.
Yeah, brilliant, wasn't it? Like to take that on the pace, he did. By the way, it's going to be a corner, though, at the Tudors. 4-5 red shirts in the box. It's taken short into Duke McKenna, trying to recreate the angle. Chops inside one, then fires it in with his left foot. Brought down by BJ Christie, who slots it in. It's BJ Christie goal. BJ Christie has pulled those back. It's a brilliant goal from him. Brought down well. It was Duke McKenna with a cross in. BJ Christie showed that strong strength to roll his man and then slotted in with his left foot, and then it's a lifeline for the Tudors here, and it is Hemel Hempstead Town 1, Dartford 3.
Well, that's your reward for trying something a little bit creative from the corner.
Yeah.
A little bit of faith just to try something a little bit different, play it short and take your time, and it's paid off.
Pennell heads it away. This is Howells. Howells finds Gus Scott Morris. So once again, Hemel score. They haven't got problems scoring. There's 10 goals this season. Duke McKenna shows some lovely feet. Absolutely flies past his man and then clips a delightful ball over to Reggie Young, who brings it down. Young looking to take on his man. In the end, he can't slip it through Bowen and Bob's legs, and it's picked up by Hassan, who drives over the halfway line. Hassan's got Reggie Young all over the back of him. He's still going, Hassan, and in the end, it's going to be a free kick brought back. Young was. Persistent's the word I'm going to use.
Yeah. He wasn't letting him go.
No, a menace. So either way, it's a free kick. I mean, don't know where they're going to take it from, because in the end they're going to take it from about 10 yards or so inside our half. Ball's been left for Jeb. I mean, Dartford, after only conceding 2 goals in their first 5 league games, now conceded 4 in their last 2, so Steve King probably not happy about with that. Jeb whips it in. It's poor, actually, but it's come out to Barham, who fires it well. Well. So, I mean, you did say win the second half.
Yeah,
You can do that. And at the moment, they're not winning that. So
you have a taste for it. You want to go and get another one.
Christie brings it down on his chest, but it's cleared. Jeb then fires a ball through towards Barham. Barham's in the box now, and then fires it, whips it across. Over, it's cleared by Cunningham and then headed away by Finill as far as Paul. Paul beaten to it though by Allen. And this is Barham Barrett again, who just stands on the ball and slows it all down and finds Jeb. And then Barham Barrett just clips it forward, laid off with his hand by the son. Bateman into Lacey. Lacey trying to work some space, does well, shoves off his man, and then Barham Barrett comes back at him. And Lacey fouls Barham Barrett at the end. Good determination from JJ there.
Yeah,
Just
he's had an impact, hasn't he?
yeah, I mean,
Did well to win the corner.
if he doesn't have that sublime skill, we don't score the goal.
No.
From the corner, obviously, we got the goal back.
He's unfortunate not to start. Obviously, understandably, he's tried a slightly different formation today. It's a little bit different against a different opponent. But I think after the way he played last week, he'll be disappointed not to have got a start today.
The free kick was cleared, but it's picked up by Barnum Bob, who then whips it over towards Barham, who slips over, and Reggie Young has been invited to come back and get the ball, and then find Finill in the box, who plays in Paul, and then Howells lets it run under his feet. And this is Barham. Barham clips it through in the direction of Hassan, but it's cleared. So we've got throw in, sort of in line with the 18-yard box for Dartford. Barnum Bob over it. And in the end, it's made goal kick. Just trying to work out how long's left.
About 8 minutes.
Long. 8 minutes.
About 8 minutes? Yeah.
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 So 8 minutes. This throw-in now, it's deflected and it's cleared. Comes out to Hassan. Hassan brings it down on his chest. Tries to walk through one. Picked up by JJ Lacey. And Lacey finds Duke McKenna. And Duke McKenna now carries it forward over the halfway line. Throwing in some skills. Oh, that was beautiful. Flip-flap there.
I don't know, I'm too simple of a midfielder to know that sort of terminology.
Yeah, it was
skill.
It was what Ronaldinho used to do. It was that Ronaldinho painted move. Either way, he's won a side of free kick, and he got the assist there for the goal there. Duke McKenna with the cross, and it's nice to see BJ Christie get that goal. As I said, he's worked hard, that much reward this evening, but full Hemel debut, getting a goal and proving he can do it in high divisions as well. Howells clips it over. Bateman beaten in the air and is going to run out play for a goal kick. There's a Jai limping along in front of us. Hopefully he's okay. I wonder if it's from the challenge that was on him by...
Possibly.
You know, I didn't actually see when Hemel went off, so it must have been literally as he got the yellow card, he got substituted.
Yeah, must have been. I haven't seen either.
I didn't see him go off. So I'm saying, like, we're not risking him. Sensible management, really. King fires it forward. Finill, header goes up in the air. Then fires it forward into Bateman, and Essam just sticks out a foot around Bateman's body and somehow gets the ball back. This is Barnum Bob into Essam. Essam whips it forward into Gavin McCallum. He's got Kinane at his back and smuggles it out towards Allen. And Allen turns and finds Barnum Bob. He finds Allen again. Howells putting him under pressure, and Allen just knocks it long. Finill brings it down and clears it forward into towards Matty Bateman. Barnum Bob, though, wins it back. Howells intercepts. Howells finds Paul. Free kicks. Paul has left an arm out, but he's barely. I mean, he's left an arm out as you do to hold the man off.
Trailing pinky finger of anything that's caught him there, and he's thrown himself to the floor.
And her son has hit the deck. And
He's claiming he's swung his arm out and hit him in the face.
And
I
the
don't
Suns
know.
now back up.
Completely fine.
Totally fine. And the referees give the drop ball.
So he give a foul, change it to a head injury, and is now given a drop ball.
Well, I mean, I have to say, the referee's been okay this evening.
Not sure what that was.
I'm not sure what that's about. 'Cause Paul had done absolutely nothing wrong. This ball's a bit loose back towards from Paul. Finill then is forced to smash it away. And well, that was putting, that's what we call putting the centre back in a tight spot. That isn't it? Really? Two men closing him down, and they had to just smash it away. And well, they know to get the ball back. And you can't blame them. Right? A much better second half from the Tudors.
Winning the second half. But I don't think Dartford will be too concerned about that. Yeah.
I think obviously they'll be annoyed losing a clean sheet because as I mentioned before there, the defence now conceded a few goals off having a really solid start, so that'll probably be something they'll be working on ahead of their next game. This might run for Bateman, it doesn't. It's run for JJ Lacey though. Lacey tries to float one through towards Bateman, but guess who was there again? Essen. This is Reggie Young trying to win back the ball. Finill then fires it in towards BJ Christie, but picks out Essen perfectly instead. It was a perfect pass to the centre back, wasn't it? It was
perfect, but he doesn't play for us anymore, so it's not very useful.
Byron Barrett then fires it down the line. We're going to have 3 minutes added time here. Still 3-1 to Dartford, but Tudor's been a lot better. Can they get a second goal back and make things a bit more interesting? Duke McKenna trying to create something, finds Reggie Young, who's let the ball run under his feet, but he's brought it back, and then he's found Duke McKenna again on this near side. Duke McKenna finds Young. Young finds Duke McKenna in the box. Duke McKenna fires it cross goal. In the end, it's been cleared for under their crossbar. But brilliant interplay from Reggie Young and Duke McKenna, who, well, Duke McKenna just decided he's going to wander over to the left, and they showed some lovely, well, just awareness of where each other were there. It's a good cross, but in the end, good defending, but a corner.
There's the confirmation of 3 minutes as well.
As I said, 3 minutes at a time here, so time running
out.
Better. Whipped in, headed up and away, and then deflected off. I think in the end, Duke McKenna just couldn't bring it under control. And it'll be a throw in to Dartford, who can now just eke out the time remaining. Let's have a quick look at the see if Hungerford is still losing, so I can let you know what is going on with the table. Ball played forward. Gavin McCallum wins the header. It's going to drop to Ryan Kinane, who gets his foot through it and fires it forward. And then it's headed away out onto the roof with us. Yeah, into stoppage time there, and Hungerford are losing to Hampton and Richmond. Other scores: Concord 1, Welling 1. Welling obviously our next opponents on Saturday. Eastbourne Borough 1, Ebbsfleet 1. And St Albans have now turned it around against Braintree, and they're winning 2-1. So I'll let you know what that means for the table in a bit. But play continues here. BJ Christie there was having a lot of his shirt grabbed onto, and it's going to be a free kick. I think Barnum Bob's trying to protest his innocence, but no.
No, he can swap shirts in a couple of minutes maybe. That was had a big handful.
Yeah. So it's a chance for a second goal right at the end of the game. Young over it, Duke McKenna over it. It's about 25 yards out, very, very left of centre. It's going to be taken short instead. No, it's not. Young whips it in, and then cleared by McCallum. McCallum not long. JJ Lacey heads it back in, picked up by Duke McKenna, who goes for the absolutely spectacular wonder volley, and in the end fires it well wide. But you know, it's good that he's got the confidence to hit that on, really.
Yeah, he's a confident lad, isn't he?
Yeah, he's very confident. Yeah.
But in a good way.
Yeah,
he's happy to try things on the pitch.
I mean, I think he's confident. He works, as I said, he works hard for the team as well, and that's great to see.
He was saying to me on Saturday that he's weird because he's a winger, but he loves nothing more than a tackle.
Yeah.
He's like, he loves nothing more than really going through someone, which is good mentality.
That is a good mentality. I like that from the winger. Stick around with us after as well. You can either listen live. We'll probably take a 5-minute break, so we'll get either Lee or Steve, but we'll get someone for you on the Mixler to listen to. If Obviously, if you can't stick around, no worries. We'll have it published straight away so you can listen to it as soon as possible. Play continues here. The fog has descended. I can't really see anything at the moment, to be honest. But it's deep in the corner. The floodlights, I mean, time is running out, but it's deep in Hemel's corner. And throws taken by Scott Morris forward. Bateman wins the flick on to Christie. And Christie finds Reggie Young, who's one-on-one with Barnum Bob, and then slips it down the line towards JJ Lacey. And Essam comes across, and there goes the full-time whistle. So the full-time score here is Hemel Hempstead Town 1, Dartford 3. Have to say, first half all the goals, well, own goals, still actually not sure who it came from, but the scoring was opened by former Hemel man Connor Essam with an absolutely towering header, and then the own goal, and then a third goal by Elliot Romain. Good finish, but arguably poor defending. Second half, Essam hit the crossbar, but the Tudors were a lot better. King made a good save from BJ Christie, and then Christie finally got that goal for his full debut. Swung in by Duke McKenna, the cross, well worked corner, and there was Christie rolling his man to slot in and pull one back. Then they pushed hard. Duke McKenna fired a good cross across the box that no one got on the end of, but in the end I'd say Tudors huffed and puffed, but I think it was a deserved win for Dartford, really.
Yeah, deserved win. I think they'll be annoyed they lost a clean sheet, and there'll be maybe a couple just little question marks starting to appear defensively. So they've started to concede the past couple of games, but overall, first half they were dominant in the midfield and they put their chances away. So fair play to them, and I'm sure there's a lot of listeners that will be very happy with them.